Just to share some quick thoughts, first of all, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I just got to get these thoughts off. We have to take another look at what we define as feminine and masculine attributes. According to the scriptures, the Vedic scripture, first of all, if you want this natural cosmos around you to make sense, you have to put on the proper lenses. You have to put something on your senses so you can see reality for what it is. Our senses right now are conditioned, even including our mind, our intelligence, our false ego. Everything's conditioned with material energy. So we don't really see everything as it really is. We're actually looking at an impure reflection of reality. In the reality in the world we live in today, men lead the world. We run the world. We do it through intelligence. We do it through fine speech. We do it through our fame, our fortune. We do it through many attributes, even patience. But when you look at all of these attributes, it is Bhagavad-Gītā chapter 10 verse 34, where Kṛṣṇa was explaining to Arjuna the heights of feminine energy and how even that feminine energy comes from him. He is a representation of that form of energy, and that energy is a manifestation or expansion of him. And he names certain things. There's certain attributes that Kṛṣṇa names specifically as feminine attributes, such as fame. Whenever you see somebody very famous, that's a feminine attribute. Fortune. Whenever you see somebody with great fortune, goddess of wealth, Lakshmi, that's a feminine attribute. Fine speech, good speakers. We usually think of people like Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Baldwin, I think Winston Churchill. We think of men generally when we think of good, speakers, motivational speakers, etc. But actually, fine speech, good talking is a feminine attribute. Intelligence. We associate intelligence with men. That's the world we live in. We actually think men are smarter than women. But women control from behind the scenes. But it's just really a reflection of how the natural world works. Male is the external energy. It pushes out. It's a positive energy. The negative energy pulls inwards, just like a woman is a vacuum in a good way. That vacuum sucks up material, life-giving seed, and gives forth life again. So everything has its place in the universe, both the positive and the negative energy. So therefore, the man runs the external world and the woman runs the home. These are just natural divisions of society that we can't deny. And if we mix up our roles, then the world is also going to be mixed up. So, intelligence, forbearance, patience, all of these things, patience. Usually sages are associated with patience. They could wait till the right time to make the right moves. But all of these attributes that good and strong and powerful men have, they got it from the feminine energy, and that feminine energy is originating with Kṛṣṇa. So I would just like to say that we live in a fractal universe, a fractal reality, and as above, so below. And in order to correct some of the problems that's going on in this world, we have to start living and looking through the lens of the Vedas. People often want proof in today's world. They want proof of everything. But you have to understand that the foundation by which we're looking at proof is corrupted. Our very senses are corrupted. So no matter what machines we build to find the smallest particle in the atom, there's always that 1% chance of impurity because we are in the material contaminated world. So there's always that 1% or that 0.1% or that millionth of a 1% of error because we're dealing with material energy. So if we go to the original sound tones, which became the Vedas, and then the Vedas was one, and it had to be separated into 4 pieces because at the beginning of Kali Yuga, human beings began to lose their feminine attributes. The beginning of Kali Yuga was 3100 BCE, which was about 5,000 years ago. Man started losing his intelligence. So the Vedas had to be divided into 4 parts. But that original sound tone before the Vedas were written, when the pen was invented circa 5,000 years ago by Thoth, the incarnate. Now look at how The Indians and Africans are telling you this story. The Africans are saying it's Thoth or Jehuti, and he invented the pen, and he wrote the emerald tablets and a lot of information for the benefit of man, and he hid it under the pyramid or under the Sphinx. We don't really know where it's at, but we know it's out there, right? And then you go to the Indians, and they say there was a man named Vyasadeva, and he was the literature incarnation of God. They have to be the same person if they serve the same purpose. And remember, God manifests in many countries, many universes. Is his abilities are not limited like mine and yours. I manifest at one time in this body. I can't be here for everybody at every time. And even if I could master my personal mystic potencies, I could only expand myself into 8 different people. So I could be 8 places at one time. But that's my limitation. That's the difference between the living entity, the Jiva, and Kṛṣṇa or Vishnu. He can expand himself unlimitedly, whereas I can expand myself limited. I am a limited particle of God. There's a lot of us who have a misconception that we're unlimited. It's not really true, because you can't even imagine a color that you've never seen. If you could do that, then let's say, all right, you're starting to break out of your material limitations. But the proof is in the pudding. All of us have material conditioning and limitations, and it would behoove us if we would at least take advantage of the literature given to us. And I recommend Srila Prabhupada's literature, because he put something called a purport. Now, it's very important to understand the Bhagavad-Gītā itself. Each verse can be interpreted 1,000 ways. And then when you go to books like the Bhagavad Purana, the Srimad Bhagavatam, those verses can be interpreted many different ways as well. So you have to understand, I just respect and honor Srila Prabhupada's line of teachers that goes back to Kṛṣṇa, his Guru Parampara. There is something in his Guru Parampara that puts me in a space that I've never been in with any other teachings of philosophy, because what this particular Guru Parampara or lineage of gurus has done for me, the way they shined light into my life was they made it easy. They opened the veil just enough so I could see the connections between that which I've been exposed to when I was young as a Christian, and then when I went through my Islamic phase, and now I'm coming to the Vedic phase. I could see all of the connections between Islam and this religion and that spiritual system and this form of science and this form of philosophy. Like, I've been blessed to see so many connections. That's why I want to share these things with y'all. You know what I mean? So anyway, y'all know about my personal goals. It has to do with earth, renewable resources, etc., making sure generations and generations can realize their material and physical wealth and survive and prosper. So shout out to all my viewers. I want to thank you for your support over the years. Sunman Patu, you know what I'm saying? This was a spur of the moment recording. You know how I do. When I have to get a thought out, I have to get a thought out. So I would just like to say, as always, please, if you can, listen to or read about or hear or chant the Hare Krishna mantra, and it goes as such: Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Those is the best 32 syllables you'll ever realize in your life.